Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the night shift. Welcome back to the Summit America, powered by Twitch. It's time for LD and Gods to take over.
Yeah.
Zari and Merlini losing their minds a bit after the double Aegis cheese on the deck. Team's very slow to pick them up, but
Some crazy games we've had today.
lactose intolerant. The Revenge was a little lactose intolerant in that game. But yeah, of course, we've had 5 games already. We have a total of 7 coming up for the Summit America shortly following that at 9 p.m. Pacific tonight, which is in about less than 3 hours. We then head over to Summit Asia. We've got another playoff best of 3 today, so lots of Summit Dota coming your way. Of course, we can take a quick look at our standings here, then we'll hop into the draft. This will be a good refresher for myself and yourself. We were getting some Z's earlier, but look at that. CNB 2-1. They took down SNA and No Earth Spirit earlier today. So SNA, a team that some of our North American experts, PPD, said he thinks they'll finish second in the qualifier, maybe challenge Liquid for TI4, but well, they're 1-2. CNB looking good.
I mean, SNA, they did have a good game earlier today against EG. Unfortunately, they couldn't pull through the win. But they kind of matched up quite closely. But EG, the big story, they're 4-0. Nothing seems to stand in their way, even including the Peruvians, who should have taken the game off them, it looked like. So
things just kind of worked out for them, you know.
When you're EG, that's what
when you're
happens.
good, you create your own luck, is what they say. Well, guys, it's time now. It's time for the Peruvians' Revenge versus the Brazilian CNB. Let's hop ourselves inside the game. The draft's underway, and Revenge, hopefully not on tilt after the way that last game went, but it's hard not to be frustrated. They really had the game. Oh, man. Well, first overall pick going the way of CNB. We saw them once yesterday when they played Liquid, and they looked a bit lost, to be totally honest, but we'll see if they can put it together here. Their movement on the supports was quite inefficient. I think they went for an aggressive trialing with Sand King and another level-dependent support, I seem to recall, and it just did not work out. But, well, they'll go for a first pick Invoker here, and then Revenge with the quick teamfight reply. Sand King Darkseer. Sand King definitely one of the premier supports right now in most teams' eyes, and they get themselves a big teamfight combo. In the second stage, looking at the bans, Ember, the main hero that got ignored here, I would say.
Yeah.
Along with Invoker, but, yeah. Ember being let through a little bit more surprising.
Invoker was first pick, whereas Ember Spirit, it's like, didn't get touched in the
just
first
ignored.
pick, so he got the proper ignored treatment.
They could have also gone, like, Ember Darkseer, which is a very strong opening, and I think with the Darkseer, it addresses most of the changes to Ember. You can take it. You take the 2 points in Searing Chains, and sure, you've got a little bit less damage from Sleight of Fist, but you don't need more damage. You've got Ion Shell already.
No, Ion Shell definitely adds the damage that's been taken away. So I like Revenge's draft a lot. I think a bit better so far. They've got the Mirana now as well. I mean, e.g., Demon's Hero first pick worthy, and one of the few heroes that didn't really get hurt too much, but had an amazing win rate in 6.80. Fits into any lineup. It's so easy to first pick this hero and then run him as a support, run him as a tri-lane farmer, run him as an off-lane farmer, run him mid even if you want to. He's just so flexible, and, well, she can just fit so nicely into any style of play as well. That I think Mirana's a fantastic pick here. It gives Revenge a lot of burst damage in their lanes.
Yeah, and it looks like it will be a farming Mirana. They already have Sand King Rubik, and Sand King probably the top 3 supports right now across the world. We've seen him first banned in the Asian games yesterday. I believe it was both Vici and Newbie banned him one game, so just ridiculous how fast he is at farming in the jungle compared to pretty much any other support outside of, like, exclusive jungle heroes like Enigma, potentially Chen or Enchantress. But they rely on RNG quite a bit to get Wildkins, or else their farm isn't all that fast. But Sand King, stack the big camp and farm with Sandstorm.
Yep.
And CNB not likely to contest that with the Shadow Shaman pick, so we should see a pretty early blink if Revenge want to go defensive.
Yeah, I feel Shadow Demon plus Shadow Shaman, you've got 2 fairly defensive supports. Shadow Demon can be offensive if you partner him with that Lina Leshrac, but with a Shadow Shaman, it's like, well, Disrupt into Shackle's not really a combo of sorts. It is nice for zoning, like you can keep the Darkseer fully zoned out. You can disrupt him when he tries to surge away. You can just save your Shackles when he tries to surge away. There's definitely a lot of killing potential there, depending which like trialing farmer they get, but apart from shutting down an offlane Darkseer, this is not a trailing versus trailing kind of lane.
No. And Revenge, just very versatile. I'd say not the best level 1 roaming duo, but once they get to level 3 to 5, especially if they get boots, they can go ganking. And Invoker mid, Prophet offlane, both very gankable. If that's how CNB does in fact look to lane it, that would be kind of the most likely choice here. Not really much in the way of dual lane options. Definitely not an aggressive tri-lane lineup, so the only other option is maybe they run like a, I don't know, a Prophet safe lane and or Prophet mid even, and do Invoker safe lane and run something else off. But it seems like the lanes are pretty well set for them, and that gives Revenge 2 great lanes to gank in the mid game if they want, or they can just farm their Blink on Sand King and and play defensive as well. And I think their supports use the levels really well. So.
Yeah, I like it. So I think CNB, the two souls they picked up so far are going to need to not get ganked a lot. I mean,
but they're
obviously,
very
regardless of what you
gankable.
pick, you don't want to get ganked. But yeah, very gankable heroes. Prophet, you've got the TP out, but against every Revenge hero has some kind of lockdown, some way of cancelling that TP. So it's going to be very rough for the Nature's Prophet in the offlane. And you don't want your Nature's Prophet just to have to go straight into the jungle. You want Prophet to stay in the offlane as long as possible to try to stall the tower push by using treants to drag off the tower. You want him maybe trying to contest the pools a bit.
Yeah,
it's
hard to contest the pull for Sand King because he can stack the big camp that's like all the way as far away as possible from the top lane, and the trees are almost dead by the time they even get there.
CNB just have an awful early game fight lineup. Like Exo Invoker with the Shadow Demon Disruption is one thing, but apart from that, like they haven't got the best lockdown. They haven't really got heroes that fight in the early levels so much. So unless they pick up some carry, I think like something like a Lifestealer could be nice for fighting early. But if they pick up like some true kind of safe lane farmer, then this lineup I think is going to be quite weak and punishable in the mid game.
Yeah, Mirana's would kind of be the ideal carry here, but Revenge have already taken it.
Yeah.
What else could they go for? Lifestealer? Even a Lifestealer is not really the best. Prophet Lifestealer is okay. Shadow Shaman Lifestealer is okay if there's no one else there to counter-initiate, but they do have... They're okay in terms of the lockdown department, but this Morphling, well, let's see what he gets done. I think CNB could deal with him, but if he gets a good start, they are just going to be total food. This is 4 squishy heroes, no beefy frontline tanks, and not a ton of crowd control. EMP, Cold Snap, Hex, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and Morphling gives Revenge like the plan B with their lineup. If the early to mid game doesn't go fantastic, or if it's just like an equal trade, Morphling gives them the late game. So I think Invoker Prophet unlikely to match up that well against Morphling unless unless they really shut him down and get a head on farm and get their hexes, their orchids up, whatever it may be.
What's this one position hero going to be for CNB? I mean, the other option is they can run like Invoker safe lane, Prophet solo mid, and look to go for just another offlaner. But they'll go Lifestealer that you mentioned. It does match up. It does give them a frontline tank. It gives them a hero that Revenge don't have much proper lockdown for. But Morphling's pretty good at kiting him. Sandcane and Darkseer, Mirana, all 3 of these heroes very elusive. So
yeah.
Not the easiest game for a Lifestealer.
They didn't want to, they couldn't pick any sort of a carry that needed too much farm, because you've already got Prophet and Invoker, and Prophet's going to be taking a lot of the farm on the map, split pushing lanes. Invoker, kind of similar story, where he needs to get his Midas if he's going Exort and just take as much farm as he can. And with a Shadow Demon, you want to go Exort Invoker, so... You like his name? Yeah. He's owning up to his mistakes. He says, guys,
this one's on me, boys.
We done funked it.
All right, well, we'll introduce the teams here. CNB already boarding off the camp here. They want to shut down this pesky Sand King pick, and well, it'll shut him down for the first few minutes, although Miss Ko is heading bottom for now. But here we go on the Radiant side. You've got the 2-1 Brazilians. We'll have a quick pause, but Nedbone playing the Nature's Prophet. Solo mid goes King RD on the Invoker. In the support role, we have Baga handling the Shadow Shaman, 4DR on the Shadow Demon, the Shadow Bros. Where's that Shadow Fiend when you need him? And that leaves Tavo. Huh. So he's showing one name in-game, and then when you zoom in on him, he's got another.
Oh.
Very interesting. On the Lifestealer.
There's still some kinks to work out with this new Valve naming system, which I'm not thrilled about.
Yes. Words were had on Twitter last night.
Look, when we have a team playing and 5 of their players are tagged up with 3 different team names, none of them being newbie, something's wrong with the system. Like, I made that tweet and people were like, oh, well, the teams can change it. I was like, well, the teams aren't changing it. They either don't know how or they're kind of lazy. Admins can't force them to change their in-game name. We can force them to change their Steam nickname, and that's what all tournaments do. But
maybe these players just need an education, gods. You can't. No child left behind.
Well, Cyborg Matt replied saying he was going to be creating a guide for teams and players how to change their name, because there's no I don't know how you do it, so I can't even tell the players, like, go here and do this.
Base Cyfrog, Matt. Yeah. Thank you for your support.
I told him he has to get translated to Chinese, and that's the plan. So, thank you, Base Cyborg Frog.
Well, thank you, Cyborg Frog, indeed. And on the Dire side, we've got the Peruvians, Revenge. Iwo going to be playing the Morphling. Mr. Standen, no Aegis, no Cheese on the Rubik. Mihawk, the Darkseer. In the offlane for now goes Misko on that support Sand King. And then you've got Smash, the most well-known player on this team. More MMR than Arteezy. Not many people in the world can say that. He'll be going mid as the Mirana.
Okay. So Mirana mid against Invoker. Nothing crazy about this matchup, I don't think. I think it'll be a pretty even matchup. Exort Invoker versus the Mirana. It depends a lot on the support rotations. If the Rubik Sand King really want to crush this Invoker mid and they start ganking him, that's where the Mirana will just straight up win this mid lane. Otherwise, Invoker should be okay against Mirana 1v1.
Yeah, the Mirana has been pulled, the Invoker has not, so that'll hurt a little bit. Once you get, if he goes Exhort build though, once you get the Forge Spirits, you can control the runes, you can Outlast hit him, and it's only if the supports come in that you're going to be in any danger.
And this is one of those builds from Mirana where if you really harass him quite a bit, you can actually like force him to bring out a salve before he gets his bottle. Like, so if Smash doesn't get good last hitting in the first wave or two, he's going to have to ferry himself a salve if Invoker's going. Like, if you go like Quas level 1, Cold Snap level 2, like that, you can still go Exalt build, but just having the Cold Snap means you can really pressure Smash out of this lane and force him to bring more regen in. So
yeah, a lot of it
Smash.
comes down to the creep block as well.
Yeah.
If you get the better creep block, you can just sit on your hill. They can't really harass you at all, and should be absolutely.
I think
fine.
Invoker could straight up win the mid lane if he gets a nice block off. But
yeah.
At the same time, then if that happens, Smash will just be like, guys, come gank this guy. I'm having a rough time. And
well, especially when the Sand King sees that his entire jungle's warded. That's where he might be like, you know what, man, screw this.
Yeah. Well, let's go starting off, running down bottom lane. So are they offensive trial laning? Maybe just looking for an early first blood with this. They have got a...
There's the one, you can do this trick where you just hide in the trees, but...
Yeah. I think
they were a little bit late to get there, if that's the plan.
They're going to go down towards the bottom rune and look to contest this, but there is a smoke, so they can go for... Like, level 1 first blood, entirely possible, especially if Smash gets off the good block we were talking about, which both mid-heroes obviously want.
Yeah, Invoker, regardless of what build he's going for, level 1 is extremely vulnerable, and well, we'll see what build he does go in the end. But for the time being, CNB, just content to chill out, Revenge, getting ready for the aggressive trialing you mentioned. They do have an Observer Ward at the bottom river, and do you actually know, Roland, what's Revenge's record so far in the group stage?
They haven't lost at least to each.
They are 1-1. Okay, 1-1. So 2-1 on CNB, 1-1 on Revenge. Probably should be 2-0 right now, but let's see. Let's see. To me, they are top 4, and I think most people would agree they're in top 4 in terms of past performance, but will they deliver in this round robin format? No, it remains to be seen.
Yeah. Oh, the Revenge supports going to the Roshan pit to smoke, making sure they don't get spotted.
They could be revealed here, though. No, the supports of CNB are backing off. Yeah. Oh, they want to go. Looks like they want to go mid for this Invoker.
Yeah, I think Smash has got a decent enough block. Yeah, he's got a better block.
Lost the melee creep at the last second. Uh-oh, this is trouble. One lift, and King RD is pretty much dead, and he's way too slow to get out. He'll be thrown back down directly into a Sand King Sun. This will set up a nice arrow from Smash. Throws it out, lets it loose. First blood to Revenge. Very well executed, and it really does go back to the creep block. If the creeps are up on this hill, much easier for Invoker to retreat black.
Yeah, if he gets a bit of creep block, I don't think there's any way they can kill him. But
yeah, he'd be under tower, and then maybe they get him, and they lose the support first, even trying to dive like that.
Most pros do seem to think it's harder to block the mid lane on the Radiant side, not just because of having to use that quote unquote Arteezy block. I think it was Dendy or someone a few pros have said like blocking on the Dire side just is a bit easier to execute.
That's interesting. Most people, it's more natural to play on the Radiant side because most people are right-handed. It's easier to move your arm like out and to the right than in and to the left, but. I guess that's one that would be great to sit down and just talk to somebody about it in a bit more detail. Dendy did that solo mid tutorial in Dota 1, but man, a lot has changed since then.
Yes.
To put it mildly.
Still an awesome tutorial to this day.
Yeah, highly recommend it. Uh-oh, Nedbone.
Oh man.
Trying for the TP out here, not gonna happen though.
Yeah, TPing out against double stuns, unlikely to work.
And that burst damage too.
So another kill. Revenge up 2 quick kills in its best of 1. So not a good start for CNB. They haven't really got a lineup that can just... they can't come back through kills, really. I feel like they've got a very low impact lineup in that sense.
They have kill potential if they get farm. Like if they get a Blink Dagger on Shadow Shaman, if the Prophet gets some items, if Lifestealer's got Armlet Phase drums, things like that. But they don't have natural kill potential. Like a Sand King who literally just needs a Blink and has the tools to farm it quickly. Yep. So, practically speaking, yeah, I agree. Not as much kill potential. Not with this kind of start.
Good news is they have completely zoned out Darkseid. He's still level 1. He's going to maybe get another level off this neutral camp here, which he's chucked an Iron Shell on.
Oh, how thoughtful of them. They've given him a jungle to farm.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Well, Shadow Demon's
here if he's not careful.
Well.
Shadow Demon's coming here. Gonna find Mihawk potentially. Disruption. No, it doesn't have it yet. Only level 1 with poison.
Mihawk gets 1 disruption.
It just shows you how weak their kill potential is that he goes for poison at level 1.
That's quite questionable, I think. poison.
You could still get kills like that with a perfect surround, so I feel there's just almost no reason.
You set up the shackles. Like, Disruption has that decent cast range where if Shadow Demon's harassing and your Shadow Shaman's a bit out of range, you disrupt and then create room for your Shaman to get in range for the shackles.
Don't forget about the Warcraft 3 surround.
Yeah.
As well.
Are we calling it a Warcraft 3 surround?
I just like calling it that because it sounds cool.
It was impossible to do in Warcraft 3. It was out of like Warcraft 3 melee. Like, it was like a Warcraft 3 melee tactic, but in Warcraft 3 Dota it was impossible to execute.
No, not in Dota.
Yeah.
In actual Warcraft 3.
Okay, I can agree with that name because that was like the strat. Like, well, not so much strat, but
that was Warcraft 3 battles. Was not like not as much about macroing. It was more just like getting your units in the perfect position.
It was like the exact polar opposite of StarCraft in the sense where it was micro intensive as opposed to macro intensive.
Here comes Misko. He's moving towards the top camp, and because they went for all these camp blocks early, they've actually dropped an observer ward here, which means no observer ward at the top lane. This could give them the opening to go for Nedbone. They already ganked him successfully once here. They know he doesn't have a whole lot of vision. The creeps come in, trying to block him away, but a wave over the top. If they can just get that lift, the blocks, the Trance are blocking the Rubik, but it's not enough. They get the lift up. The right clicks are there. He went for the Treant block, but couldn't quite prevent Rubik from getting a range.
I'll take a few tower hits, it looks like, as range creep gonna go down. Poor Sand Gonna Burrow Strike me? No, he's okay. Whew.
Oh, he took quite a few pot shots on the way out. Is there Sunstrike? No, hasn't even invoked it yet. I don't think it's enough. It's only level 3. Oh, now it is.
It would have been enough.
Yeah,
actually.
If they find Misko here.
I think he should have invoked it there. I guess he just didn't get the... there was no communication from the Prophet as far as letting him know that there was a possible kill there.
Yeah, some teams I feel like when they run Quas Exhort Invoker, the Invokers are just too hesitant.
Yeah.
To me, it's like if you have a kill opportunity and it's not incredibly low percentage, you go for it. And you'll miss some, but you instill fear in their hearts.
And I think his mentality going in is like, okay, I'll have Sunstrike set by the Shadow Demon, so I'll just wait for the Shadow Demon to tell me, get ready for a Sunstrike, then he'll use it, but
where's he going to be? He's in the jungle.
Yeah. There needs to be communication from like any opportunities like the one that just present itself at top lane as well.
Well, keeping an eye on the stacks here for the Radiant side. Shadow Demon is a pretty strong jungling support if he gets his levels, and you just, especially with the new poison and the 5 stacks, it's a lot of damage if you can add it up, but well, only level 2. Can't do it as early as Sand Cannon so far.
Another kill top.
Another kill. Misko, Burrow Strike in, and Nedbone. One more right click. He stops the summon the Trance. There was a Sandstorm anyway, so.
Misko he was in control.
Toying with him.
That was really clever from Sand King. Like, he was so low in HP, Prophets probably thought he's gone back to Fountain, but he hung around just because he had that one Burrow Strike for a kill.
They are going to be going for potentially a triple Midas this game. Quas, Exhort, Invoker, Prophet in the offlane, and as well as your Lifestealer in the safe lane. And that's a little bit scary. If you go for these 2-3 Midases, which these heroes normally do, and Sand King gets a fast blink, which he's well on his way to, the mid game from Revenge could just steamroll CNB before their economy kicks in, but I'm kind of expecting those items from them. Prophet goes Phase Boots first, which is very standard, but if he doesn't go Midas next, that would be first time in a long time.
Yeah, this Prophet is 0 and 3, but he's got more farm, more levels than the Darkseers. This trade-off between like getting farm and levels versus dying, and Darkseer's taking the other pole. Like
he's feeding the supports though, is the problem.
Like, you're giving Sand King these kills and Morphling as well. Like, you're giving Revenge this extra boost on levels and farm on their supports as well as their Morphling. So, I think Revenge's way of offlane is better this game, but I think you kind of need to try to find the balance somewhere in the middle. Like, I think Mihawk's gone too passive, where the Prophet's gone way too aggressive.
Yeah, they do have a lot of lockdown for Darkseer. I suppose that's the good thing of Shadow Demon went Poison at level 1, but once he hits level 2, it's a bit scary to enter lane, especially with the threat of a Sunstrike.
Yep. And
just, well, he could be doing stuff like creep skipping or just being a little bit more annoying in the offlane as well, and try and slow them down a bit.
Let's go now Invis bottom lane. He's at level 5 as well, so a level 3 Burrow Strike is available, and it seems he wants to rotate towards the middle lane, which is where any Burrow Strike into an arrow will kill him. You've got to micro this Forward Spirit to block that arrow if you're...
He's already got 4 assists. He's looking for another here, and the Cold Snap's on cooldown. This is go time.
There's no Forward Spirit to block the arrow as well.
Oh boy.
Easy
KNRD, not your day. Arrow comes in as well. It's only level 1, but the Starfall's ready. And KNRD bites the dust. Prophet, not going to bother TPing in.
That was Smash actually like perfectly like focused down the Forward Spirit before the gank got there, just so the Forward Spirit couldn't cause any problems. So nicely played from him.
And with the Prophet having Phase Boots and almost level 6, you want that to be a clean kill. You don't want him TPing in, right-clicking your Sand King a few times, and maybe turning the fight.
And Prophet just hits level 6 now, so you can actually turn around some of these ganks. Wrath of Nature is pretty decent damage if you get caught on that last bounce or two.
Mm-hmm. And they have Sunstrike. CNB are good at punishing tower diving, but only if they have the supports ready, I feel. The Shadow Shaman, no TP. Shadow Demon does have one. Hasn't dropped it yet, but I like this Observer Ward they've dropped down.
Yeah. You're drawing circles on my circles.
Okay.
That's okay. I did that with Ben. I drew like a circle somewhere on the map, then moved away, and Ben moved his camera there. He's like, "Did you draw on that?" I completely like started trolling him, pretending like he was seeing lines that I hadn't drawn it, and he was not.
Your Dota's drunk, Ben.
Yeah. I was like, "No, you're seeing that." It's like, "Oh, it must be from one of the other casters then who drew that." I'm like, "You don't see lines from other casters. What are you talking about? That'd be a weird bug."
Well, there used to be some all-chat bugs. I remember there was like when voice channels would get mixed.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
There was one game where I was casting and I think I was getting
players could hear you, I think?
Sometimes the players could hear you, sometimes like the English casters would have their audio mixed with the Russian casters and they were not in the same lobby slot. Yeah. Here comes the Sunstrike though, right on to Mr. No Aegis, no cheese. One more right click. No, the zap will do it. Okay. Baga secures the kill and nicely done. That's CNB's strength is just picking off mainly just Rubik. He's the easy one to bring down.
Find the stragglers. The thing is, like, you use a Disruption, Sunstrike, even a Wrath of Nature for that kill. They commit so much, and all they get is like a Rubik. Like, I feel like the investment, I mean, sure, it's like some of these, like, Invoker and Prophet didn't have to leave their lanes, although Prophet did choose to. It just feels like it's hardly worth it when they have to use that many big spells.
Tavo raging to dodge Iron Shell damage. He is not having fun as a melee carry versus Darkseer.
He was using his rage to help him like last hit siege creeps earlier. Just get that extra bit of attack speed so we get another hit in, so he didn't miss the last hit.
That's pretty clever.
It doesn't need the rage.
Lifestealer mana pool is not the best though. Sure, rage is only 75 mana, but that is what, a fifth of your mana pool. So, and you want to have mana for Infest, 50, open wounds under 10. I mean, it does add up if you keep on spamming it. Yeah. Selective usage. Here comes a smoke.
So even though it's a 5-kill-to-1 lead, it's not a massive lead by any means that Revenge have, but they want to keep this momentum going. More ganks is the name of the game.
Prophet's getting a lot of levels. Perfect for the Sand King, who's getting a lot of kills on that Prophet. Burrow Strike comes in, Epicenter being channeled, and Netbone is just going to die again. Not his day. Yeah. The solo mid, we mentioned this in the draft. Prophet Invoker, very gankable. Very immobile, not a ton of defense mechanisms. And
they're combined 0 and 6 at 9 minutes. So
I feel like a self-fulfilling prophecy here of a caster. No, I did not bet rares on Revenge, I swear.
Well, Bamboo Crew are going to deliver more things Bassy-ring, so it gets a very late... Oh, Ring of Aquila just
Did you say Bambo?
Captain Bamboo.
Isn't it Captain Bamboo?
Captain Bamboo, Bambo, I don't know. I call him.
I was going to say, is the sexy Bambo in this game? Oh, he's going for the courier. One right click, two right clicks. He's gonna need one more. Oh, he's dead.
Oh my God.
Nedbone. No. There's no Burrow Strike here actually, but he doesn't have a teleport. No. He doesn't realize it. He's sprouted himself in with
so
two.
Boned. Nedbone is just boned. Arrow finishes him off.
Smash Sama says, "Get the hell out of my jungle."
Oh my gosh. What a disaster.
What a disaster.
Yes.
He
now
thought
bottom lane, smash
like
TP'd in. And
seems like he thought he could two-shot it, and he was very wrong about that.
Davos gonna be careful. He's got no rage.
Oh, they've got Shackle here. Sunstrike coming in. Smashes Overstayed is welcome. Nice kill. Now the illusion's blocking Baga in. The tower will do the rest of the work. No experience for no Aegis, no cheese, but clever use of the illusions there.
Oh, man.
Trolley game.
Yeah. Oh, a few trolley kills. The Prophet missing the courier snipe, unfortunately, as... well, this will get the Rubik probably level 6 now bottom lane, although he does have to be very careful. Lifesteal can just straight up dive and solo kill him. Not to mention Sunstrike's Prophet TP in.
Yeah, Rubik needs his level 6. He is getting pretty close, and there are some good spells to steal this game. The Double Forge Spirit, probably one of the strongest at this stage, and still lots of other options. Baga.
Yeah.
What? The Prophet will cut him?
I saw Prophet throw the ultimate. I'm like, this Darkseer's going to either die or live on like 50 HP and then has to worry about the sun. They threw the Sunstrike, which wasn't even needed. Meanwhile, top lane, they get a kill on Shaman, Sand King. Dodges it with the Sandstorm, but...
I thought they were going to dive top, so I just moved my camera away.
No,
did the Forge Spirit give them visions, or... Vision, or how'd they have vision?
He was just too close to the tower. Like, like there was treants on the tower. There was treants on the tower, and then he was just like right behind.
They almost find the Sand King. He gets away again. Mistco, what a game he's having. 0, 0, and 8 on the support Sand King. They have 9 kills. He's been involved in 8.
This is the other way to farm Blink Dagger. This is your conventional Sand King farming.
I would say take a page out of AUI's book. Last hit a kill or two, because he'd have Blink by now if he did, but... Nonetheless, he's done quite a job.
He goes back for some Tranquils and Magic Stick. Doesn't get the full one for whatever reason. But
hey, Tranquil's usually enough move speed to get in range of most heroes. 390 is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, I like the Tranquils pickup. We'll slow down his Blink Dagger quite a bit. I think maybe the Blink... He was so close to his Blink already that I think he should just save for it, considering he's already level 8. Like, when you're this high a level, you want to have Blink ASAP, but... We'll see.
I would like to see Tavo carrying some dust. You can just solo kill the Sand King if he's not careful. And well, if he doesn't have a TP out of Prophet ult, Sunstrike's there, you can easily bring him down. Or at the very least, zone him out of lane. But no dust yet.
Smash Slammer. Finds an invis rune. He's going to pop it and go into the enemy jungle, perhaps. See what he can find.
Level 4 arrow. Level 4 Starfall. Uh-oh. There's a lot of kills here.
And they've got this ward still planted at the mid lane, so... Gives him pretty good vision here, and he sees Bagger.
Oh, boy.
What's he going for? He's gonna...
Oh, he finds Keen RD. That would be the bigger kill here. No, he's going to isolate Baga on the backside of the fight. There's a Sunstrike coming in. Brings down the Rubik, but Smash will find Baga as well. Double Starfall secures the kill. Yeah, they got a Sunstrike off here and brought another down. So 1 for 1 in the end. Not too shabby for
Life still has his drums Midas phase now, so he's actually farming fantastic, but as well as he's farming, Morphling is like just as farmed. Like this Morphling's actually
They've seen
scary.
Smash though. They had an Observer Ward. He walked a bit too close to it, and now on the retreat is Nedbone, but no TP. He just got the oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh man,
Nedbone, like you said, is boned.
Tough
6
life.
deaths. Team is 11. He's racked up 6.
Yeah,
Hard times.
He's got to kill at least now, but that's
Maybe they're not. No, they're still going triple Midas. I called that. Doesn't matter how many times you die. Prophet Invoker.
I mean, I think Prophet...
These heroes want the Midas.
Even like a 50-minute Midas on Prophet's still worth it, generally.
In isolation, I agree. It's just...
Yeah.
They have 3 heroes with Midases. You can't do a whole lot. Now, Arrow comes in, and Tavo gets lifted up. Perfect chain stun.
That was really
Revenge.
nice.
That was perfectly
Smash
done.
waited like a good half a second before he threw the arrow to get the maximum stun duration, so the epicenter still hit as well.
And the lift was right at the last second.
Yeah.
That was like 0.25 away from him getting the rage off. Probably still goes down to right clicks, but just nicely done nonetheless.
Yeah. That was not an easy to execute kill combo. But now the tier 1 bottom tower probably going to go down as well. They haven't got the Morphling here, but they don't want him here. They want Morphling to keep on farming and pressuring this tier 2 tower. He can just solo push this top lane.
Oh yeah, we forgot there's a Morphling in this game. I showed he had a Midas at 6 minutes, and well, he's been left unchecked.
He's now out farming Lifestealer. He's pretty well ahead of the Lifestealer.
And that is not a good matchup for Lifestealer. Morphling generally trashes him anyway.
Yeah. So Ewo having a fantastic game. Has enough for his ulti orb. Will have a Lincoln Sphere around the 16-minute mark. And with Midas Treads, that is a Midas Treads Aquila, that's like a ridiculously fast Lincoln Sphere.
Yes, sir. And all these heroes are food for a Sand King with a Blink. And Mirana ult. They can just kill the Prophet split pushing. Even the Lifestealer not too safe against the Blink Burrow, and he could well be caught here. They'll go for the dive, preparing the surge. They surge and misco from the backside. He looks for the burrow. Great reactions on the rage. Tavo was ready. Rage stolen now. The turnaround comes. Sunstrike on the mark. That's going to delay your blink. Well done by Tavo.
That was dodging Burrow Strike, not easy by any means. That's an instant stun, but he just caught vision before he used it.
And now they're pushing top in the meantime. No Sand King Blink yet to stop these pushes. Revenge will try and defend, but the wards get plopped down. In come the Forward Spirit's arrow on the mark. That's going to connect on Keen RD. They have a Starfall. Nice defensive disruption by 40R. Buying his teammate a bit of time. They'll look to retreat out. Smash. Hiding in the trees. Your Mirana standing back. The ward slowly chipping down at this tower. Leaping from Smash. Then they'll retreat out. Sunstrike will connect. Not enough damage to hit the Forward Spirits. A few more right clicks could do it. Prophet ult. Oh, he's brought a Lifestealer with him. They're looking to turn this fight around. Prophet runs into 3 heroes. Lifestealer's fine, but is the Prophet. Rage from the Rubik. He retreats out. Then leaping forward is the Invoker. Sunstrike cooling down in 15 seconds time. The wards get dropped. Great 2-hero sprout. Finally, Nedbone finds the opening. They isolate a hero on the backside. The Rubik does fall. They've brought down 2. This could be more falling. Ewo out of mana. Prophet ultimate. 25 seconds off. Keen RD now on the retreat out the tower in deny range. The triads going to work. Keen RD not going to be happy now. Where's the Burrow Strike? Still cooling down?
Yeah.
Oh, they get it.
The Shadow Demon gets out. He just...
And the tower denied by the Morphling as well.
Oh, man. And now this is a dead Shaman.
It looked good for them, but just one step too far.
Yeah, they played it really well to start things off. And Sand King bought back and didn't even TP. And Sand King did the buyback and then did the walk of shame back to the top lane after buying back. But he got there in time to actually have a big impact. So... Even though he walked the entire way from base, he still got there because the fight was dragged on so bloody long.
They could have just focused the tower, is the one thing. They could have just focused the tower and gotten out, but they dove for kills, and they paid.
Yep.
Triple Midas, though. Doesn't matter how many kills you're feeding. If you have enough gold, everything will be fine.
Here's Lincoln Spheres. Oh my gosh. Sand King Blink, Lincoln Sphere Morphling.
This is like, to me, when CNB are almost at their weakest, though. They have triple Midas, and the Midases, maybe one of them is close to paying off for itself in the Lifestealers, but... That is it.
Yeah, you look at Revenge having a 4k gold lead, but you got to think 6k gold's being spent on Midases, and maybe the Lifestealer Midas is useful in a team fight because Lifestealer with attack speed's more right clicks, but the Midases on Invoker and Prophet don't really give that much in a team fight because these heroes aren't getting too many right clicks off. Because if they're in range, they're dying to the nuke damage.
Yeah, maybe have an extra level or two, but that's about it. Keen RD on the run. He won't be able to get out. Gets just right clicked down by Ewo, who's not afraid of anything. He's got to teleport out as well, and he'll continue to drive here. Lincoln's still in line. They first got to break the Lincoln Sphere. They'll start it with the Soul Catcher now, dropping the Disruption. They don't have mana for a Purge, but Ewo needs to wait for him out of here. Now he'll replicate out. Morphling retreating all the way back, and now Epicenter from... No, Misko doesn't have the mana for it. Just goes for the Burrow Strike, follows up with the arrow. Then they lift up Nebbo, and they'll drop him down into 4. Sand King looking for yet another Burrow. Can't find it, but Smash dives deep. Finds a kill. He's unstoppable. Cleaning up left, right, and center. 40R will fall as well. That's 4 dead. 5th, just off on an island farming bottom.
Man, Revenge are just playing really...
They went triple Midas on just not the best mid-game combat lineup, and they keep on getting caught and being forced to fight.
Mystico's playing an amazing game on Sand King. Like, the Rubik's played fantastic as well. He's died a few times just because he's a Rubik and he's putting himself in harm's way, but as a whole, this team is just... Like, you can see why they really gave EG a run for their money.
Yeah, and I think CNB, just with the start they had, it's not a lineup that's particularly geared to play from behind, especially not with these items.
By no means a bad team. This is the team that took out Snar, the sneaky Nyx assassin.
It's more just the way the game developed to me, as opposed to a pure out skill.
It looks really bad from this game, but like this was very draft and strategy dependent.
Also, part of it just comes down to the very early decisions to devote an Observer Ward just to blocking this camp, just to shut down a support Sand King.
That's like not a camp you want to block against a Sand King.
They didn't have a ward for Profit. There were 2 ganks where Sand King walked top down the river, and there was no smoke used.
Yeah.
And that both of those were easily avoidable.
That would should just be on the cliff, like that typical top rune spot. Like you put it up there and you're good. I don't know.
If Sand King's farming this with a stack, you can punish that.
You TP in, you Sunstrike it. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually saw Misery jungling Axe get unlucky with his spins a week ago or so, and he just got Sunstriked and died. Yeah, you're definitely right there. You don't really need to be.
CNB wants Smash, and see how aggressive Smash plays up here.
Disruption. No disruption.
That was a slow disrupt.
Now the Hex. The follow-ups there. The disruption will come through in the end. Sunstrike as well, but it's off the mark. That was not well executed by 40R.
Yeah, that was almost like a bit of lag or something there, because that disruption, they had so much time to use the disruption on the Mirana.
Nice play from Misko. Uses the Sandstorm to get in nice and close, gets that additional move speed from the Tranquils, not disabled, and now the chase is on. They've got an Epicenter. 3 seconds until they can use it. 40R isolated. He's run into 4. He's not getting out. They'll go for the TP hero. They barely misconnect on that, or fail to connect on that, I should say, and still get the Shadow Demon.
So just the one. Revenge are hoping to maybe catch them more, but they'll now take on mid lane here. Wow.
Ewo's gargantuan already. Yeah. Sunstrike will connect. It's about half his health, and Smash is going to pop drums. They're just going to start diving Rage. Not available for 8 seconds time. They do have an Infest. No, nicely dodged by Tavo.
They need that arrow. I don't think they're getting this kill, but
unless they body block the crap out of him, but that's going to be tough.
Nearby, but not close enough.
Well, if he comes back into the woods, Tavo could be in trouble. No, he's not going to.
Man, Smoke Sand King, 450 move speed.
Yeah, with the Tranquils as well. It's a nice little combination. And he's going for an Epi, it looks like. Can Epi in? Look to dive here on Baga. There could be 3 heroes grouped up momentarily. No, they're going to back.
No. Morphling I think he may just look to bait the Morphling bottom lane with Smash. Smash is pretty much ready and good to go here.
Oh boy. They have a Darkseer Vacuum and Blink Dagger. Level 2 Vac. Not the best, but should they hit this combination...
Oh, man. And this is
CNB
a level 2 Epicenter is the scary part about this. It gets so much stronger at level 2. And here we go. Bottom lane. They've gone in on the Invoker. Arrows to follow Pyro Strike.
Nice defensive disruption. They do have wards available as well. They could look to drop them already. Kane RD is dead, and the chase is on.
Yeah. Blink Sunny in a second, and game over.
And they drop the wards as well, but the quick leap out. Everybody's going to survive. Wards were wasted, and just free farm on the Morphling. Godlike has a Yasha already on top of Lincoln Sphere. Just getting your Midas Link and Treads Aquila at this time is quite good.
This Sand King's earn has paid for itself so many times over. He's out of charges, and he's been involved in 18 kills. Like, every time they go for kills, they take damage. He heals everyone up.
Sand King OP. Gotta go the Vici Gaming newbie round and just ban this hero on the first stage.
Yeah, it's going to get to that point maybe soon. But
any support that doesn't need to jungle, but can jungle to the point where you want to use Observers and Sentries to block 3 camps, is ridiculous.
Oh, bottom lane.
This jungle's just so strong.
Sand King clips the Shadow Demon with a long-range Pyro Strike. There's a lift. And should be the death of the Shadow Demon.
Well, maybe not with the arrow failing to connect. Now Baga comes in. What have they stolen from him? It's only a level 1 Hex, not the strongest. Tavo comes in with the Rage. They want to end Misko's huge kill streak. Burrow strikes up the high ground. No, never mind. He never
only got 2 kills.
Yeah, he's just got all the assists.
There's no assist streaks in Dota 2, unfortunately.
There should be. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Well, Mjolnir up on Smash, right-clicking away on Kinnard. Connects on the arrow. They'll bring him down. Tavo lifted up, drop back down. Godlike for Smash. He's crushing.
Oh my gosh, what a fun game to be a revenge play.
This is them letting out a little steam after that EG game.
Yeah. No mercy shown or given at any
CNB
point.
are not leaving the fountain. They're healing up, debatably, but not in any rush to get out of there either.
Yeah. Well, Revenge, even with just 3 heroes, they're like, let's chip on this tier 3. Let's apply some pressure. What are they going to do?
23 minutes in, and they're not really a pushing lineup at all.
No.
But they ain't afraid.
They got so much farm. Like Rubik with Blink, Smash with Mjolnir. Mihawk's got his Blink mech and 1k gold.
Game was hard.
Oh, yeah. Not for Revenge, that's for sure. For CNB, you're wishing you played a different game right now.
Sandcane really rose to prominence, I would say. Back in Starladder was where he kind of cemented his status as just a tier 1 support. Before that, he had been picked mostly in Southeast Asia, occasionally in China, and very infrequently in Europe, but was not like a go-to support pick. But ever since that Starladder, he has been god of supports, really. Like top 2, top 3. It's been impressive.
And with Revenge now looking to take an Aegis, this could be the nail in the coffin for CNB. I just, even with a bad pushing lineup, Revenge is just going to be so strong they can just go high ground and not have to worry about anything. Aegis plus Manta Style. Looks, you know, it's going to be a Skadi for Ewo on the Morphling, so Skadi Yasha.
And meanwhile, Demon Edge up on your Mirana. And Misko's ready to go in mid. He can go in on Nedbone here. Starts with the Burrow Strike. He'll look for the body block, follow up the arrow. Not on the mark. Didn't drop the epicenter for this, and he'll save it for the team fight. Nedbone makes his way out.
Alright. No big deal, but CNB have done a good job of constantly split pushing these lanes because they've taken all the tier 1s as well as the tier 2 top. Like that's
Look
what
at this. Smoke for like a 3-foot away gank arrow. Nice defensive disruption. Once again, 40 are on the ball with those. Then they shackle at Misko, holding him in position. Misko forced to retreat out. There's no detection. No, there is. There's a Sentry Ward. Misko dropping low. Almost ticks down to the Demonic Purge. It's not quite enough damage, and Smash just chipping away. But not even chipping, just bullying Baga out of the fight. Still has Aegis. Will they find this Sandcane? He's going back in. Look at this guy. He's unbelievable.
He's got Epicenter. He's like, guys, it doesn't
There's
matter.
no mech.
Who needs mech? Who needs end charges? Let's just do this.
YOLO.
No.
Sunstrike is online as well. Are they going to have vision of this?
Maybe not.
Oh. Sunstrike. Ah, nail smash. Gets the Aegis.
Wow.
Probably wanted Misko for the kill, but he'll take it.
That's still no Aegis.
Free fountain trip for Smash. That's how he'll look at it.
And Iwa going full agi now. He's ready to fight.
This is a late game Morphling at like 25 minutes.
He's not going for the Green Lantern Morphling, which is where you just keep yourself shining green.
Constantly morphing Agi.
Yeah.
That should be a cosmetic,
points.
dude. I'm telling you, different colors. Forget about these crappy little armbands and jewelry. How does it even stay on him? It doesn't make sense. He's water. Come on, Val.
Some of them look... I think they added a new little armband which looked exactly the same, even though it was like a different cosmetic. I remember seeing like a post comparing them. It's like, how are they different?
Yeah. Wave in from the Morph. Adaptive onto Keen RD. He's diving him under his own tier 3. And then he'll replicate out.
Okay. Well, the adaptive on its own is not... like, it's no shotgun, but...
No.
It sort of did like 600 damage.
It's a good finisher. It's not a solo kill.
It's like a Laguna Blade, really. Like it does not as much damage as I think a Laguna Blade does right now.
It feels underwhelming because normally Morphlings are two-shotting your supports with the shotgun.
Yeah.
But it'll get the job done in a pinch.
Well, they're going to go high ground, it looks like. They popped the Invis here. This is actually being used to help out Smash, maybe.
Well, they've shown themselves as well under the tower. Pop the Moonlight Shadow just for the hell of it, and then walk in anyway. Looking for a Blink Lift. The center online. Not being used just yet, and now Rubik will steal Ghost Walk. Oh, yeah.
GP Home, Miranda says, I've had enough of you, Nedbone. He leaps forward as well.
Oh, Nedbone's in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That lightning damage. Meanwhile, back to bottom lane. 40R lifted up, plopped down, and just battered over the head by the waves.
Yeah. There's no Miranda for this push, but it doesn't seem that Revenge care.
Beware strong Riptide. Here we go.
Beware. Oh, Sunsoak's already been... I think Sunsoak was used on Smash. Almost actually killed him at top, but... it's okay.
Oh. Meanwhile, they're winning the game. Evo waits and doesn't have an E-play, but he's hitting like he does. Just destroys the Shadow Shaman. Now Tavo trying to 1v4. This is not going to happen. Infest inside the Necrobook. They'll retreat it out. Well, he's got a vehicle home, but the Rubik is in the meantime just diving deep. He's stolen a Meteor Sunstrike. He'll dodge away from it as well. Then they'll blink in. The Vax there. The wall follow-up, and now Epicenter still online for Misko. Just use the damn thing, man. Celebrate. Celebrate. No celebrations.
Poor guy.
Now he's going to use it. There we go. No, get silenced. Even this he's denied. 4-3 and 20. Just hasn't gotten the kills or the glory of this game.
Mystico, man, he's been the MVP though in my book. He's had a fantastic game. He was not done. He wants Nedbone. Vision, no vision. Oh.
He's just chilling here.
Man, the Dark is so damn low as well. Better watch that proper TP.
10 seconds on it.
Yeah.
Well, they hold on to their Rex for now, but the score 33-11.
Nice of you to join us, Smash. There's been a push going on for the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Well, he was defending. Give my man a break here. We'll replicate back out. The arrow coming in, barely failing to connect on 40R, but who cares? But you've got a Mirana this farm with a double damage rune in her pocket as well. Sunstrike! Oh, yeah. Morphling goes down. Dead for 90 seconds. We're 28 minutes in. This guy's so highly leveled. Then Smash feeds.
How much gold?
Enter 3. That was 1,400 gold to the Invoker.
Times 2! Times 2! He ended 2 beyond Godlike Streak. He just got 2.8k gold. Holy crap.
Yeah, this Invoker.
King ID's played well this game. Like, his Invokers, I've seen him play this a few times at CNB, and he plays a mean Invoker. I just feel like they had a lineup where he wasn't going to have any space. Picking the Prophet and the Lifesteal was way too greedy.
And going triple Midas as well. Does not help your cause in the mid-game.
Having supports who couldn't really roam, couldn't create space. Like, they needed the Sanking Rubik on their team, not a Shadow Demon plus Shadow Shaman, who's not a very powerful support duo.
The Shadow Demon pick was fine. It just needed to be paired with something like a Sand Cane or potentially a Lina that you mentioned. Just something that can actually threaten for kills. Even a jungler wouldn't have been bad, but, you know, a more active one like Enchantress.
So
here's your eggs.
Revenge lose their 2 big streaks, but it's like that's whatever at this point. They don't really mind. Like, it'll show probably a big bounce in the gold graph. Oh, by big I mean like a 2k bounce upwards.
You know you're behind when you kill the enemy team's 2 highest farmed and most leveled heroes, and they're still.
That was a 3k gold swing, but it just doesn't show in the gold graph.
Oh, they'll find Baga now as well. They dropped a Radiant Observer or Dire Observer Ward at the top lane. The wards get deployed by Baga. Immediately stolen by No Aegis, No Cheese. Then a Sunstrike. Ah, just off the mark. They might lose the Sand King here as the Prophet arrives. He lends the support of the Lifestealer too. They actually bring down 2.
Yeah, they lose none.
And, well, the stolen wards, no good there.
Yeah. I guess not worth it. If he just drops them, they probably end up becoming food and farm for CNB, so.
322 mode, potentially engaged.
Yeah.
Still a few more throws to go here for Revenge. They are still way ahead.
4 kills unanswered, and Invoker getting 2.8k gold. Your Prophet getting a couple kills. Like, it's still an open game. Netbone's going back for a Necrobook. I feel it's a bit late for a Necrobook almost, but yeah.
I don't see them taking head-on fights.
Yeah, I guess the split push has been pretty effective. Like, they've forced the Mirana to constantly defend when Mirana wanted to be pushing with the team.
Maybe next time they even bring in the Lifestealer, although his itemization not really the best for taking down buildings.
Yeah.
For now, they're just grouping up mid, CNB. Hanging back near the base. In terms of buybacks, they don't have any big ones on the Dire side right now. Just the Darkseer Rubik. Roche still cooling down a bit, so we'll just see Revenge probably take a deep breath, a step back, and wait for a clearer, strong opportunity to engage rather than forcing the issue. They will break the Lincoln Sphere here. Now the Manta gets popped, and then he immediately replicates back out of the fight, playing a bit scared as Ewo. And on the backside is KNRD. Rubik blinking in, but they don't have the Morphling here for this. He's already retreated way far out. Without the Morphling, there's just not much damage. Smash, he's Cold Snap. He does hit pretty hard with Mjolnir, and the Vac comes in for Mihawk. It's the Radiant's turn to play scared, and they'll just watch KNRD die. Yeah. They went full HP on both heroes, but
he got the kill on the Rubik to start things off. It was completely mana and spell depleted.
That was with Morphling just completely panicking and abandoning the fight at full HP, and it didn't matter because Shadow Shaman had no ward. Shadow Demon doesn't really offer you much, and they just couldn't take the fight anyway.
Bottom lane arrow. Oh, doesn't hit Nedbone.
Smash is going in with this much health. Man, that is ballsy. But look at those crits from the Daedalus.
He almost insta-kills like
confirmed. Top MMR player. Double insta-crit. Yeah. Very strong play from Smash Sama.
So much for pseudo-random.
Not for a guy like Smash, man. He makes his own luck.
Here we go. High ground we go on mid lane now, though. Without Invoker, defending is tricky.
These Morphling Illusions are retreating out, though. Ewo, he could use them in the push, potentially, but we'll send them back. Just play it safe.
Probably just, I think they're just going to back off, wait for these Serb ones to expire. It's kind of hard to clear. Morphling not really a true ranged hero. Mirana is also not there, so Mirana's actually going to be all hunting once again, looking for Nedbone. This Prophet's just being
beleaguered.
That's a pretty ambitious arrow, throwing it straight down the lane. Probably wasn't ever going to hit that, but
just a warning shot. Just let him know. Oh, the Rubik, the Morphling backing off.
They know there's no Mirana, so
Now the wave back in, and then the replicate back out.
Maybe Mirana can't TP to this one, so no boots of travel and TP scroll and cooldown.
They're in no hurry. They can wait for the next Roche if they're really concerned.
Yeah.
I do not see CNB fighting them there. Even with the wards in the pit, the wards are just not that scary when you're this far ahead. Morphling can one-shot them, Mirana can one-shot them, and everybody's tanky anyway, and that's their best team fight spell.
Fighting into a Darkseer vacuum wall is always scary thought as well.
They haven't hit that big combo, though. We haven't seen the blink vac over the top where they both connect.
Everyone just dies so fast.
That would just win them the fight if they ever
Yeah.
get it. Rage stolen. Oh no, open wounds actually.
Not really a spell he's that gonna be that thrilled about. I'm not sure. I think you just want like Forward Spirits.
Gives
or
your
something
team
at this
some
point.
lifesteal, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of the undervalued aspect of open wounds. Laguna Blade enemy hero. Heal back to full health.
Yeah, getting lifesteal off of spell usage is always a unique aspect.
Oh man, this Morphling's going hard. Waves in deep, drops the shotgun, doesn't really kill off
Get
40R.
that Sprout.
Now on the backside is Tavo, but he's just getting kited by the Scotty Slow. Then lifted up, tossed back down. The vac and wall are there as well. Nedbone. Now the Rubik sealing the Triance wall. Anything they can get on their side. Smash is dropped pretty low. He isn't brought down though, and now Baga's on the retreat. Kinardi's on the run. They've lost the Miranda to start this off, but Smash will buy back. No Aegis, no cheese. Continues pursuit, but just has the most useless spell imaginable for this engage. Morphling on the backside. He finds one. He looks for more with Tavo. GG. At long last, CNB. They give up the goat. They'll mail it in for this, and they'll call it a game. Revenge. Well, considering CNB's start, they put up a good fight, but they were out of this very early.
A fun and funky game, LD. I enjoyed that.
It was fun. It was not very close.
No, no, it wasn't. It wasn't particularly close, but watching Revenge play and just constantly ganking and being that aggressive on the map and finding so many kills. Mystico just creating his own openings and doing so much with that Sand King. When they went mid, they killed Invoker 2 or 3 times. They killed the Prophet 5 or 6 times. It was just easy pickings wherever they went.
I just felt it was too greedy. Triple Midas, passive support that needs level 6 and Shadow Shaman. That's just one bridge too far.
Yeah. No, the draft was one of those things. If they get away with it, it works. It looks fantastic, and it's like, well, they were so good with this greed, but Revenge are like, you guys aren't getting away with this.
The best greed is greed that can't easily be punished. Like if your opponents aren't good at pressuring or anything along those lines, but especially the way they warded as well. That Sand King just Misco won Revenge that game.
Once you see your opponent's first 2 picks, Sand King, Mirana, or I think Mirana was 3rd pick. It was Sand King and Darkseer. I mean, Darkseer I guess isn't that aggressive of a hero, but I think they needed to ban out the Mirana for one thing. So.
Yeah, Mirana's the other hero whose stock has really been lately.
Yeah.
Some teams like Dog, I think, is just an auto ban.
I think this is going to be like, unless something changes, I think Mirana will be like the big TI4 hero.
She went from being this hero that Arrow got. How much did the cooldown get decreased by? It was like 10 seconds over 2-3 patches or something. Used to be, I think it was 28. Well, I know it's 18 now. It was 24 at one point, but man, that spell's always up. And yeah, in indirect buffs as well. Things like Maelstrom and Mion are getting stronger, really helping her.
Yep.
So. Well, that being said, guys, that will wrap up our second to last match of the day for the Summit America powered by Twitch. We've got one more game coming your way. That one will be No Earth Spirit versus Revenge. So we get a little more revenge in our lives. They're currently 2-1. CNB dropped to 2-2 with this, but both teams still very much in the running. Stay tuned. I'm LD. He's Gods. We'll be right back.